So I'm the founder of Medic Footprints Malaysia. So a lot of you have been asking me like, what is Medic Footprints, right? So we are an organization founded by doctors for doctors, and we focus on the well-being and also supporting doctors in transitioning into alternative careers, or actually even for doctors who still want to stay in medicine, clinical medicine, we are here to support you. So I'll just tell you a little story of how it all started. So just about 3 years ago, I was a medical officer in the NS department. Um, at that time, I was already quite senior. I've been in the service for maybe 7+ years, and I was in NS for about almost 4 years already. So I was very determined that okay, I think I really love intensive care. I like the rush. I like being there. It feels like I'm bringing the patients back from the dead. Even though I was going through all that, I was actually not really happy. I just felt very exhausted, very tired, but I still wanted to go on because I thought that, I wanted to make a change. I wanted to be purposeful. I wanted to give back. So, but um, somewhere in 2016, I was still in ICU, in anesthesia and ICU department. I had a slip disc, and after that slip disc, I was in so much pain. I couldn't walk. I had like I was limping on one leg because the nerve was compressed so badly. So I was on a cocktail of medication. I couldn't really perform my duties for about a month. So I was on MC for a month. When I came back to work, I realized that they were not my colleagues, my bosses. Nobody was very supportive of me. They were not happy that I asked for an additional 3 months of light duty, meaning to seeing patients in the clinic, like still contributing, just not in full capacity. So they were not very happy, and I was told to leave. Now, at that time, I was really upset because I felt that, hey, I gave my blood, sweat, and tears for this, and this is how I'm treated. Like, I'm not even appreciated. I felt like I was just used and discarded just like that because I couldn't perform like what every other MO was doing. Now, so I did a very desperate jump. I just left. I left and I went to IMR. Now, here I was in IMR, not sure what I was doing with life because it's so different. In IMR, we you don't see patients, you just dealing with machines, with petri dishes, with all this, and I just didn't have a sense of purpose. I just didn't know what to do with my life. So I was in a very dark place, and there was no help. Like, really, there was no one to help me. I didn't know what to do, where to go to. And then I was finding on Google, like, hey, help me, I need some help. Where can I find this? And I happened to find Medic Footprints UK. Now, they were very kind to me. Like, when I reached out to them and I poured my heart and soul, I was telling them, like, I needed help. And they were very nice. They replied, they responded. But the only problem was it was not a local context. So when it's not a local context, it's different. You feel like maybe this advice would not work here. So anyway, fast forward 1 year, I had like a really rough time, but I came out on the other side of the tunnel, and I felt like, wow, there's so much opportunities outside. Because I feel that as medical doctors, we are boxed into a very small box, and we are conditioned to think that that is our entire world. But that is not true, because now that I'm outside, I think I'm never going to go back into that box. I can see that there's so much opportunities outside, and I thought like, wow, that's it's so much nicer out here. And when I look back and I see that, wow, I've got so many of my friends and colleagues, they're still stuck in that rut that I was in. Still aimless, clueless, like trying to find help but don't know where to go. That's when I decided, okay, that there is a need for this, and I want to help, and I want to do something that's going to benefit all of us. So that's how I came about, like, starting Medic Footprints. So yeah, I just decided to create something that I wish was there when I was in that place, so that people after me can benefit from this. Because the medical fraternity is such a dog eat dog world out there, and it is my mission to change that. And while we are in hospital and clinic, we've been drilled into our mind it's all about the patient. We need to sacrifice for the patient, but nobody thinks about, hey, what about the caregivers, the doctors, the nurses, all these people who are giving to the patients? If your cup is empty, you cannot give anything. So that's why I decided that I'm going to build this. So to change the way we think, to be able to support all these doctors, healthcare workers who are, who just don't know where else to turn to. And the best part is we are here for everyone. Those who want to be in clinical or those who just want to get out of clinical, we are here to support you. So, okay, okay, I'm sorry about that. That was a bit of, yeah. Okay, and so we understand that transitioning is very, very scary. And it's worse when you feel like you're all alone and there's nobody here to help you. So that's why we're here and we're going to grow really big. And one of the things that we want to be there to support is mental health well-being among healthcare workers, because this is like such a big elephant in the room and no one talks about it and no one has any real solution about it. So we are now starting to provide services, psychological services through rapid transformational therapy. So RTT is like not like the regular psychotherapy where you go in week after week talking about your problems and only finding the problem like after 10 sessions. Now, RTT is very revolutionary. It's going to empower you to help you break free from all these issues. So it can be anxiety, it could be depression, it could be just blocks, like success blocks, money blocks, anything. It's here to help you. So if you want to find out more about this, just go to our webpage, www.medicfootprints.org/Malaysia. You can find anything and everything there. Okay, and then another thing, or you can actually drop me an email at selina@medicfootprints.org. I can answer any of your questions. And just a little bit more, I have very exciting news for all of you. We have a lot of things lined up for this year. Medic Footprints Malaysia is in talks with many private companies and hospitals, quite a few. We're coming up with more job opportunities for you because that's what you guys asked for. And we have a massive offer coming up for medical grads. We are in talks with a lot of stakeholders, finding ways to provide jobs. Because for you medical grads, before you go into housemanship, because I understand there's a very long waiting period now. So instead of being jobless or doing things that has nothing to do with your, medical knowledge, perhaps this is something you want to look up. So definitely you want to be on our mailing list. So do join and sign up and get your colleagues, your juniors, anyone in the medical field to just sign up to our mailing list and follow us on FB and Instagram. So if you love what we're doing, we really want to make a difference, and we really want to improve the lives of doctors and healthcare workers nationwide. All these people who have been neglected by the system, and we cannot do it without you guys. So we really need you guys to help us grow big, like really big. So, and if you really like what we're doing, do share this. And if you want to see massive impact, massive changes being done, please share this with your colleagues, your juniors, anyone who is in the medical field so that we can really grow big and make massive changes together.